The myth of manifestation. For years, the idea of manifesting wealth has been sold as the ultimate shortcut to success. Think rich, and you'll become rich. Visualize a mansion, and soon you'll own one. Meditate on money, and it will somehow find its way into your bank account. It's a comforting belief, but here's the problem. The universe doesn't reward wishful thinking. If success could be summoned by mere thoughts, wouldn't millions of dreamers already be millionaires? Wouldn't those who envision luxury suddenly find themselves living it? The harsh truth is, thinking alone achieves nothing unless it is paired with action, strategy, and scale. Sarah's struggle. Chasing dreams without action meet. Sarah, a young professional who spent months visualizing her dream life. A luxurious home, exotic vacations, and financial independence. She read every book on manifestation she could find, created elaborate vision boards, and even wrote herself checks for $1 million. Yet, despite all her positive affirmations, her bank account remained stubbornly low. Over coffee with her pragmatic friend Mike, Sarah confessed, "I've done everything the books say. Why isn't it working?" Mike raised an eyebrow. "Because thinking alone doesn't create value. You're focusing on the illusion instead of the equation. The universe doesn't care how much you believe in wealth. It cares what you do to earn it." The real law of wealth. Impact over imagination. True wealth follows a mathematical certainty. The more people you positively affect, the more money you make. This is not a theory, but an equation. Unlike attraction-based philosophies, impact-driven wealth is predictable and measurable. If you want financial success, you must either serve many people in a small way, scale. Serve fewer people in a profound way, magnitude. Or, if you want extreme wealth, do both. Let's break this down with real-world examples. How impact scales to wealth. Imagine two individuals. The educator turned entrepreneur Lisa, a high school teacher, loves helping students succeed. But in her classroom, she can only reach 30 students at a time. Her impact is meaningful, but small. One day, Lisa decides to take her expertise online. She creates an exam prep course and markets it to students across the country. Within a year, her course has helped 100,000 students. Even if she charges just $30 per course, she has now built a $3 million business. By shifting from local impact, her classroom, to scalable impact, an online platform, Lisa transformed her income overnight. During a podcast interview, Lisa reflected, "I realized my value wasn't tied to my hands. It was tied to how many lives I could touch. Once I scaled my impact, everything else followed." 2. The boutique business versus the brand. Empire Mark owns a small bakery, crafting the most delicious pastries in his town. He serves about 100 customers a day and earns a decent living. But he realizes that no matter how good his pastries are, his income is limited by how many people can walk through his door. So he shifts his strategy. Instead of only serving local customers, he expands into packaged goods and sells his baked treats online. Soon, his brand is stocked in major grocery stores, serving millions. Now, instead of earning $500 a day, he's earning $50,000 a day. His recipes didn't change. His effort didn't double. What changed was his scale. At a networking event, someone asked, "What made the difference for you?" Mark grinned. "I stopped thinking locally and started thinking globally. When you solve problems for millions, the rewards follow." The power of magnitude impact isn't just about reaching millions, it's about depth. If you solve a high-value problem for a small audience, you can build enormous wealth without mass appeal. The cybersecurity expert. Solving big problems for few consider. Alex, an elite cybersecurity expert who protects billion-dollar companies from cyber threats. Instead of selling a $50 antivirus software to 1 million users, he provides a $5 million security solution to just 5 corporations. His work prevents potential losses in the billions, making his expertise indispensable. Reflecting on his journey, Alex said, "It's not about how many people you serve. It's about the value you deliver. If you solve a critical problem, people will pay premium prices." The Private Chef. Exclusivity meets excellence. Emma, a private chef, curates exclusive dining experiences for ultra-wealthy clients. While she serves only a handful of customers, each week her fees start at $10,000 per event. Her secret? Delivering unparalleled quality and personalization. At a charity gala, someone asked, "How do you justify charging so much?" Emma smiled. "My clients aren't paying for food. They're paying for an experience they can't get anywhere else." How the wealth equation works in different fields. This principle isn't limited to business. It applies to every industry. Tech entrepreneurs. The founders of Uber and Airbnb didn't drive taxis or rent apartments. They built platforms that connected millions of people, taking a small cut from each transaction. Scale created billionaires. Entertainment industry. A stand-up comedian performing in small clubs earns a few $100s per show. But once they sell out stadiums or get a Netflix special, they are impacting millions and making millions. Real estate developers. An investor buying and selling single homes may make a modest living, but a developer building entire communities is impacting thousands of families and earning exponentially more. Why traditional jobs don't scale. The reason most people struggle to build wealth is simple. Their impact is limited. If your job requires you to trade time for money, your earnings are capped by the number of hours you work. Even if you get a raise, you are still stuck in a system where your income is tied to your time, not to scale or magnitude. Alex's awakening, breaking free. From Limits, Alex worked as a freelance graphic designer, taking on client projects one at a time. Despite his talent, he felt trapped in a cycle of trading hours for dollars. One day, frustrated by his lack of progress, Alex attended a seminar on entrepreneurship. Inspired by the speaker's message, Alex decided to package his expertise into an online course teaching others how to design logos and branding materials. He automated enrollment, payment processing, and even customer support using AI tools. Within a year, his course generated passive income, exceeding his previous annual salary. Over coffee with a friend, Alex admitted, "I used to think my value was tied to my time. Now I realize it's tied to the systems I create. Automation gave me back my life." The actionable path to wealth. Now that we've uncovered the equation, how do you apply it to your own life? Here's a roadmap. 1. Identify your value. What skills, knowledge, or resources do you have that others need? Determine scale or magnitude. Can you serve millions in a small way or a few in a transformative way? Leverage technology. The internet has removed almost all barriers to scale. Whether it's YouTube, e-commerce, online education, or digital products, technology enables reach like never before. Focus on execution. Wealth doesn't come from ideas alone. It comes from executing those ideas with precision. Test, measure, and expand. The best businesses start small, prove their value, and then scale. Your first customers, clients, or users will guide your expansion. Wealth follows. Impact money is not the cause of wealth, it is the result. If you want to be financially free, stop asking how to make money and start asking, how can I help more people? How can I solve bigger problems? How can I create something that reaches beyond myself? Every millionaire and billionaire has one thing in common. They created something that impacted lives. Whether it was entertainment, education, innovation, or problem solving, their success was never about thinking, it was about doing. If you can serve millions, you can make millions. It's not magic, it's math. A conversation about impact one evening. During a casual gathering, Lisa and Alex found themselves discussing their journeys to financial independence. You know, Lisa mused, swirling her glass of wine. Most people think wealth is about luck or connections, but the real magic happens when you focus on serving others. Alex nodded in agreement. Exactly. It's not about what you want, it's about what you give. When you solve problems for enough people, the money takes care of itself. Their conversation turned practical as they offered advice to others, eager to follow in their footsteps. Start small, Lisa suggested. Find one thing you can offer that adds value. Don't aim for perfection, just start. And once you've got momentum, Alex added, scale it. Use technology, automation, and partnerships to amplify your impact. That's how you turn effort into wealth. The equation of wealth. Never fails. Wealth isn't a secret. It's a system. Wealth, value provided, X number of people impacted. The ones who master it, they don't chase dreams, they build realities.